welcome back. My next guest is a very funny comedian, and that's what you want in a comedian. You don't want a comedian, like if he was to come on and I said, my next guest is a comedian, he's not that good, you wouldn't be impressed.
No, you don't want that. No.
Luckily, he's a very funny comedian. He's at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, July the 23rd through the 28th. Please welcome Barry Rothbart, everybody. Barry Rothbart.
It's my new thing. That's my new thing right there. I want to get something out of the way. I'm very successful. Which is why, when I go home from the airport, I take something called a super shuttle, also known as a shared ride van. And if you don't know what that is, a shared ride van is where a bunch of successful people get together in a van and just be successful all the way home, thinking about their success for about an hour and a half longer than it should take, in complete awkward silence. I feel like every time I get in a shared ride van, it's like I'm getting in a family van right after the father finished being abusive. I feel like a minute before I get in a shared ride van as a dad is just like, shut up, Karen! Shut up! I hate you! I hate the kids! Hang on, someone's coming. And then an hour and a half. I got in trouble naked. Not for being naked, which is usually what happens. Or someone's like, you're being naked. This is the public library. No. I was naked and I got in trouble. I was at a spa for the first time. It was a nude spa. And I walked out of the pool area into the locker room and I was wet and naked. And apparently you're supposed to dry off first because the guy yelled at me, sir, stop what you're doing. And I froze. And in that moment, I learned something about myself, because my gut reaction was to quickly cover my breasts. I learned something. I learned that, number one, that's what I'm insecure about. And number two, in a time of crisis, I become a cartoony woman. A lot of people ask me, they're like, Barry, you're going to have a future once you get older. You're going to have a future in television. And I say, yeah, because there's a guy out there who's named Larry King. They're like, are you going to get ugly when you get older? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jewish. Larry King is my idol. Because Larry King is so old and Jewy that he basically looks like if a pastrami sandwich came to life and started speaking. Yeah. He does. He has a new show now. Yeah, he has a new show, and I can only expect that show to just be him interviewing other Jewish deli meat sandwiches. Yeah, we're in the studio. If you just joined us, we're here with corned beef. Corned beef. What do you want, some mustard? Mustard? Oh, we got brisket. You got brisket here. What are you not a fan of the Obama administration? All right, let's take a caller. I live in New York, and I like being there because I get to see guys way too aggressively hitting on girls on the street. I like seeing that in public. I'm not the type of guy to do that. I'm not the type of guy to go up to a girl I don't know and start talking to her. I'm more the type of guy to stare down a girl until she feels the need to button her shirt one more button. And I saw this. I was on the street. This girl was walking in front of me. This guy approaches her. I can only describe this guy as probably owning every Fast and the Furious DVD. And he came up to her, and he goes like this. He goes, damn, girl, what you doing? And she's like, excuse me? And before she could finish, he goes, shut up! And he walks away. And this was a Monday morning. That means you left the house to do that. And I was like, why? And then the only thing I think of was he was doing her a huge favor. Maybe what he was doing was instantly living out what would have happened if they dated. The 2-second preview. It's going to be lust, confusion, anger, leaving. Just saved you 2.5 years. Maybe he had this psychic ability to live out any situation he goes into instantly. Like he'd be like, hey, how do I work at T-Mobile? And the guy's like, oh, here's an application. He's like, shut up, I didn't steal no cell phones!
Yeah, you did. Good job, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
Barry Rothbart,